And hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Resident Roleplay. This is a show where a group of friends and I get together and play homebrewed tabletop RPG set in the world of Resident Evil. I'm your host and GM, and welcome back everyone.
Hey guys.
Hello.
So, apologize for the change of order here. So a lot's been going on. First off, we had to skip last week because I got horribly sick, and then we weren't able to continue with what we were going to do that week because there was a guest who would not be able to make it this week. So we're kind of changing the order up a bit. Instead of going next to Chauncey's story, we are going to instead go into Katara's here tonight. And then right as we go into Katara's story, Mel gets sick, so we can't catch a break here, it seems. Yeah, it's just one person after the other. But yeah, so thankfully, Mel's still going to be joining us here tonight, but we'll see how well we're able to keep up. And plus, I had to prep some of this stuff at the pretty last minute just because this wasn't supposed to be on the docket for a couple of weeks, but good thing I had a good idea of where this was going. So
Emergency prep.
But so yeah, we'll see how much we get through tonight, but it may be a bit of a shorter session, so be prepared for that. But nonetheless, I hope we could have some fun with it. So previously on Resident Roleplay, Mr. G was assigned by Mr. Fox to extract Mr. U from his deep cover in the manifold, along with the vast intel he'd gathered. Oh, excuse me. And for this mission, which was codenamed Operation Moby Dick, Mr. G and his partner, Mrs. X, boarded the USS Valerian, which was an incognito American Navy vessel carrying ICBMs in the Pacific, which had recently been overtaken by the manifold. So the two agents sneaked aboard the ship, subtly taking out guards and evading the surveillance. After a few close calls, they were seen briefly by a security camera, and the remaining guards went on high alert. They also found that the ship's crew, who were once Navy sailors, had been turned into mind-controlled servants by a new form of plaga. In one room, they found plans and schematics for modifying the ICBMs to deliver some sort of bioweapons payload. And in the armory, they inadvertently awakened a prototype manifold android called Enyo. However, Enyo had not yet been programmed to recognize friend or foe, and you were able to convince it to join you and fight against your targets. You then found the 3 missiles stored in the main cargo hold. And in that same chamber, there were 3 leading figures among the ship's crew. One in a suit, one with a Gatling gun, and another in a gas mask. The one in the suit, you figured, was Mr. U. You ambushed the hostiles, giving Mr. U a chance to run for the exit. But when one of Mr. G's shots grazed the gas masked figure, the figure removed their mask, revealing a man that Mr. G recognized only from dossiers, Aiden Sampson. And in the chaos that ensued, Aiden gave the order to launch the missiles. The chamber lit up with red warning lights as the bulkhead opened to the sky above, and Mr. U, in the process, was shot down, and Mr. G took the hard drive of manifold intel off of his body and left his fellow agent for dead before retreating to the submersible from which you had first arrived. And to your surprise, Enyo quickly caught back up with you and escaped aboard your craft as well. So, as these 3 departed, you all saw, above the waters, 3 intercontinental ballistic missiles launch out of the ship, each bound for a different destination, it seems. So, meanwhile, Katara and Nuria, the 2 of you awaken in your shared Chicago townhouse. As you get up and go through your morning routine, you find your home office on your elaborate multi-monitor computer setup, I'm certain. You find on your in your office a fresh email as soon as you begin surveying your electronics from a wealthy entrepreneur by the name of Samuel Emerson, who is offering a great deal of money to hire you to look into strange phenomena in the Philippines that may be indicative of an impending outbreak. So it's currently the morning of April 31st, 2009. So you find that. Anything in particular the two of you are doing as you wake yourselves up?
I'm probably gonna have, well, I guess, I don't know, because that email would be, that's a good email. That's a good email. It's probably
This email smells like money.
yeah, like, on the lines of like looking at Nuria and going, I think we have something.
Nuria conks back out.
Oh. Good night.
And she's awake. She's like, huh?
Yeah, check it. Look at this email. I think we have some. Oh no, I think we have some promise. Money, good money.
Oh, what is it?
All right, so there's apparently something going on in the Philippines. Get an email to basically get hired to go check it out. A strange phenomena. I don't know, but I think
Infected.
yeah, probably.
Again. When is it not involving infected?
In a world like this, these days, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But maybe it's not too bad. Maybe we won't be dealing with too much. I don't know. But just get prepared.
When
anyway.
is it ever not too bad?
Nothing can get as bad as Johannesburg.
Wasn't there for that.
Yes, and I'm glad you weren't, because that was a bad point. Actually, no, that's probably a highlight of my time. I like it. Anyway, so I'm gonna go through and send the email back, see what I can figure out, and get more information. And then, I mean, if you want to go with, you can go with. If not, you can stay here. I don't want to force you to go anywhere.
Oh, cool. I'm just gonna go get breakfast first.
All right. Actually, I'll join you after.
So, Katara, you get down to business and make sure that email is well responded to. Nuria, you find yourself to the kitchen and eventually get yourself set up with some breakfast. Nuria, you're actually probably the first to hear a knock at the front door.
Better not salesperson. Probably still in her pajamas.
All right.
Hello? Did not come through.
Oh, did you say something? I think you might have just cut out for a second there.
Hello?
Oh, so Lauren, your character hears a hello on the other side of the door.
Oh no.
Did you open the door, or are you just speaking through the door?
Like a quarter open, like it's kind of like her head and her shoulders kind of peeking out.
Oh, hello. Who are you? I'm looking for a Mrs. Oswald. Or a Miss Oswald.
I didn't know she was expecting guests.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did she not tell you about me? I told her I'd be coming.
She shuts the door Katara, someone's Katara! Someone's at the door for you!
Who's at the door for me?
Also, Lord, if
She
you want to
just-
describe the character that Darius saw.
I'll describe when the door's fully open.
All right.
She's like coming down the steps, just like, who's here?
She
for me?
said you were expecting her.
I was expecting no one.
She opens the door again, partially.
It's like Tara walks over.
What's your name?
My name is Miss Madigan. I am a co-worker of Miss Oswald.
She looks back at Katara. What is it?
Miss Madigan. She like stands there for a moment debating. She's like, oh, oh, what? And she like pops over to the door. She's like, I got this near you. I say, yeah, this is a coworker actually, or ex-coworker.
Okay. And just lets Katara open the door, heads back to the kitchen.
Miss Madigan.
Ah, Katara, it's been so long. My, have you grown?
It has been a while.
It has been a while. In fact, it's been a bit too long, and she's just gonna push away through the door.
She's just like,
Yuri is ready with the kettle.
What does that mean?
I love that image.
She's got this kettle, and she's like, I'm ready for it.
In this house.
She's like, oh, well, yeah, it has been a while. What? I was not expecting any visitors, though. How did you?
Oh, I have my ways. You're fairly easy to find these days. There's a lot of people just kind of hating you right now. Speaking of which, I heard a rumor.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Is it true? And please tell me this is true, that you have really grown in the last few years. And she kind of like gives you like a little wink.
As she looks down, her initial reaction, she looks down at her breasts. And it's just like, she's like, what?
Staring at this woman with this confused, tired, suspicious expression.
Oh no. It has been a while. Clearly, you've grown into a very mature woman. No, your genome has changed and grown.
I'm so sorry.
Kevin actually stayed the night. She. Oh.
Yuri
I don't.
gives Katara a look of like kind of like gesturing to the kettle.
She just gives her like, she just kind of holds up like, just a figure that's just like, hold on. She looks like she's considering it. And she's just like, yeah, she's just like, all right, let's cut to the chase because it's a very unexpected visit. What are you really here for?
Well, I totally forgot. I was supposed to describe what she looks like first. So,
Oh yeah.
So she's actually this fairly, she's very dark skinned. She's wearing this like super like kind of business casual outfit. Like she's got this long, like professional trench coat almost, but it's not like it's like really fine material. It's like shiny and very like gaudy and expensive. And she's wearing this really large like chrome backpack on her back that she's just kind of like carrying around. But it's really kind of important to note that she does have all over like face and on her hands a ton of just like these like DIY like technological looking stuff that she's like they have like she's got attached to her. They're like it's like really cyberpunk looking. She's got all these wires kind of like connected onto her face, and she's got these gloves that have wires kind of connected to them as well.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this sounds like an artificer, but like scientist artificer, and I'm really liking this.
Can I say her nickname?
she's also you can tell she's very old. Obviously, I think Katara would know how old she is. She's about the age of Katara's parents. And she's actually very good looking for her age. She's like, her skin is very smooth, but you can tell her age is betrayed with like her just gray kind of like just the gray in her hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Katara's just in a tank top and shorts.
And so she's just kind of
pajamas.
She's just walking around like she owns the place. And she's like, I've heard rumors, reports, and they all point to the fact that you might be some sort of infected person, somebody who is carrying a virus in you.
So we're going off of these again. I don't know if you've kept up with the case or with anything else going on, but no. There's nothing on me.
I'm kept up.
Hearing
I'm
your
extremely
gestures
kept
again.
up. In fact, I'm 100% sure.
You're 100% sure.
And I need to know. Just out of personal curiosity. Show me something. I gotta see.
Where are these statistics coming from? Like, where are you getting these percentages?
When you work in my line of business, you come to find all the juicy intel.
Your line of business.
Oh yeah. See, I used to work for Umbrella with you, as you knew, but no, I didn't work for Umbrella. No, I worked for a man named Wesker.
Lots of gesturing.
And at this point, she just kind of goes like,
I remember. Because I remember when I asked about that in like earlier episodes, it was known like he was like dead, right?
Yeah,
Like, he was a pretty
during
high
that time.
figure. Yeah. She's like dead. Wesker.
Wesker. And see, I helped him take down Umbrella, and your parents were trying to as well, too. I knew about that, of course. I knew about their involvement with the government. I helped them a little bit here and there on grounds that I wouldn't tell. They wouldn't tell.
Well.
And so
it's good to know.
And so, ever since the fall of Umbrella, I've been working with Wesker.
Wow.
And I know full well from personal experience what these mutations, these infected, evolved people can do. I've seen Wesker. After he died, of course, which is the most fascinating bit. I want to see what you can do. And she flicks her arm up, and under her sleeve, this barrel comes out, and it just starts to like glow, and it's like, shh, and like a little bit of like smoke comes out of it, and she just points it right at you, and it's like, show me something.
Show you something.
Yuri is reaching out for a pan as well.
You're just collecting kitchenware, getting ready for something.
and actually, probably hears that off in the kitchen and goes shh with her other hand, and another barrel comes out of that sleeve as well and aims it at Nuria and says, "You have a very short amount of time before I start getting impatient."
Area
You sure you
freezes.
wanna? You sure you wanna do something like that?
Oh, I am absolutely sure.
I'm going to say this once, Madigan. It's not a good idea to cross me.
Oh,
Don't
I think
come
it's a
here
good
to
idea.
do anything of that sort. The last person who did died on a rooftop.
Show me. And the barrel that she's got pointed at Nuria starts to glow hot.
Hmm. And
Katara has the second act.
Katara's going to get. Well, seeing
Hang
that
on
that
to
one's
her.
gonna go through and do that, she's gonna get in front of the one that's glowing. She's gonna get in front of the one that's glowing just out of like caution, but let's see if I can. Her reaction would be to see if she can grab that. And she's just like, no, no.
So
As soon as-
you kind of
as
like
soon as
dive
she
in
tries-
front of her and try to intercept this arm.
Yeah.
And as soon as she like makes a move, the barrel just goes and fires this like hot plasma ball out of the barrel in the direction of Nuria.
And so Katara, you step in front of this.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess just for the lulz, we could roll this out.
Just for the lulz.
We could, yeah. So, what exactly are you using?
So this is a cast of contact explosive.
Oh.
Okay, good to know. So, I think that's a mobility saving throw for Katara.
Contact.
Can I give her advantage by giving moral support?
Moral support. Dodge it.
Yeah, you're just over there with your pans like, oh no.
Okay, I was hoping.
Don't let me die!
I was hoping. To be fair, I was hoping to fail this.
So
I'm like,
you're quick enough to get in front, but not quick enough to avoid the brunt of it, and just you get blown up. Go ahead and roll the damage of that, just so we could get a good measure of the sort of devastation we're looking at here.
Okay. Oh, I don't have a number that high on the quick roll. Hold on.
this is actually cool.
Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. I was doing the wrong thing. Okay. Oh, that's lame. That's a lot of ones.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
That wasn't too bad.
Not too-
You got lucky.
Wound.
You got
But
lucky.
for a direct hit with this contact explosive, it's just like, and this explosion rockets out and just flusters everything in the living room as Katara goes flipping across and impacts against the nearby wall. And by the time you come to, and it takes you a second as your ears are kind of ringing, and you're just a little bit discombobulated from the whole experience. By the time you come to and the smoke clears and the dust settles, you see that there is a just like solid chunk missing from her shoulder region that is just like bleeding out, and just like muscle fibers and sinew just torn about in that area.
She's like,
Yuria drops the kettle and runs straight over.
Madigan's standing there in the middle of the living room, just like, such a shame. You're so average.
so. As a question,
Mm-hmm.
with the last thing that we did beforehand, would the biological enhancement thing I have go in for this one?
Yeah, you do have your bio enhancements
Okay.
now from your last level up.
So, so that 16 is reduced to 8.
Oh, right. So you
Oh,
only
right, so,
take
like-
8 points of explosive damage.
So-
it's like,
So it less like blew a hole in her and more just like knocked her backwards.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's just like, yeah, that hole is still kind of there. She's still pretty savagely injured,
like just-
but it looks to be. Firstly, it looks to be recovering super fast. You see those sinews already visibly beginning to reattach themselves, and also like where you would expect just her entire body to have been blown apart from taking an explosive that directly. Instead, she's just got like some, char marks across her.
Mm-hmm. So like, Madigan's like blowing off her freaking like sleeve launcher barrel. It's like such a shame. Oh, that's new. Oh yes.
Maybe a spark shot in the house.
yeah, I mean, it'd be cool.
I mean, for sure. I mean, all your stuff is probably stored here, so this is your home. You could run
And
into
then-
the closet and grab your spark shot.
Immediately, like when she's like seeing all this happen, she's like, "Oh, dead." It's like snaps twice, and these two big burly men just kind of like burst in through the front door,
Excuse me?
and they immediately just look at you and just go.
So,
Maybe
could
it's a
I
spark
interrupt?
shot.
Is Kevin there?
You know what? I'm going to say now. You told me to kind of just shoehorn myself in here.
Yeah.
So I'm
Forgot
going to
about
say
bathroom.
that Kevin was spending the night
Yes.
helping Katara research something.
I agree to this.
Helping
Yeah.
without plumbing.
I was literally about to say that.
So you in the guest bedroom are rudely awakened by this explosion.
I quickly run in and I grab my crossbow and I run in and I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on here? I can see this woman and Katara and Nuria, and I'm
And
just.
two big burly dudes in suits.
Could somebody catch me up here?
Madigan's sitting there in the living room, just kind of like looking at her nails, and is like, "Oh, your friend here, very, very special. How long have you known?"
How long have I known? I look at Katara, sort of questioningly, like, what do I say?
What's my script?
She just shakes her head, like, don't, like, just that shake, like, don't say shit.
I just sort of turn my head and scratch my neck.
Well, truly, this was very fun, but I just, out of personal curiosity, I wanted to know. So, I found out, and now I know something that the rest of the world would absolutely just love to hear. I'll be back soon. And she starts to make her way out of the door before she says, "Actually,
As soon as you turn around, Yuri's gonna take a shot.
Alright, make an attack roll.
okay."
Mobility. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't be a natural 20. I actually don't have a lot of hit points. 21.
Wars.
21. All right, that's actually more than my AC. But as soon as she hears the charging of the spark shot, she's gonna tap her chest, and this mist will evaporate, expand from her backpack, and it's like, and immediately cover her. And she's going to use a reaction to use obscuring cloud,
Obscuring cloud.
Yeah.
which brings her AC up to 23.
Damn it.
No, 22. 22.
So the
Just
Damn
enough.
wire just disappears into the mist.
Katara to get up
And
go grab.
and she's going to like, you hear like these like fans whirring, and it immediately like dissipates the smoke around her, and you see her kind of like clutching the spark shot wire, and she's just like, you really shouldn't try to mess with people like me, hun.
Pretty messed with the wrong person.
Kevin pipes up as he keeps pointing the crossbow at her. So, what the hell do you get out of this?
Information mostly. A lot of fun. No, I know what you guys do. I know your whole deal. I've been following your escapades for quite a while. Katara has been of some moderate interest to me. But I've been recently out of a job. My previous employer has unfortunately passed away for the last time. And I just want to blow something up again. You know what I mean?
How sadistic.
Oh yes.
Kevin just scowls as you admit it so blatantly, and he's about to ready a bolt.
The two bodyguards will just like whoosh in front of her and kind of like body block. Yes, I'll be back. Let me know if you have anything interesting to do.
Wait,
So
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about an Emil Johansson?
Are you asking
I'm asking the sadist.
Madigan the sadist?
Yeah.
I like to call her Cyber Granny, but Saddest also works.
Saddest cyber granny? Emil Johansson. Yeah, I think he's been a thorn in my employer's. Well, he was a thorn in my employer's side for a bit until he decided to head up with the manifold. So, he's a bit here or there for me. Why? What do you ask?
Oh, I just want to kill him.
Oh yeah, sure, go for it. I don't care.
I take it you don't know anything then.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not too big of a, internal politics kind of gal. I mostly just go where I'm told to blow up things. I do know that his facility is actually quite well defended. That would be a challenge. I would love to see that place crumble.
I helped him design it. I was the head engineer, you know.
Oh really? You did a fantastic job.
Thank
A
you.
couple of glaring weaknesses, but can't get everything right.
Conversation with her.
Anyway, whatever.
Leave.
Toodaloo, see you around. Tweedledee, tweedledum with me.
I flicker off.
And we just kind of like walk out the door.
Nuria slams the door.
Kevin just looks around and says, "What a bitch."
Like
just happened?
Katara. I feel like Katara, like as the door slams, she like had opened one of the cabinets and is holding the incendiary grenade in her hand, and she's just like, "I'm tempted to get up and just throw it." Right at them.
No, you need to regenerate.
She needs to die.
We'll get her another time
You know
when
what?
you're not
No.
missing part of your arm.
You're right. I'm gonna let Mr. G and Chauncey know about this.
Oh shoot!
Go right ahead.
She's dead, and I want.
Mr.
And I'm
Mr.
gonna-
G.
Done.
Oh shit! Mr. G literally just said, "Hey, do you want anyone dead at some point?"
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot I did that.
Uh-huh. So
Uh,
that'll be an
while you've
ongoing thing going out to Mr. G.
While you've got that incendiary grenade in your hand, your phone will go off, and it'll just be a text message from, what's that? When it's what's that called when you get a text or you get a message from somebody without the number showing?
Blocked or unknown.
Yeah.
Known.
Yeah,
Do
you
all
get
your
a.
characters hate each other? Like,
Wait,
just
what do you mean?
occurred to me.
What do you mean? Whose characters?
Mr. G, Emil, Granny.
I've currently only played psychopaths in this campaign. It's very interesting. But yeah, you'll get a like anonymous text that just says like, "I'd put that down. You don't need to. It's just a text." Just go, boop.
She looks
He's
at the
peeking
text
out
and
the
is just
window.
She's gone.
Tara, I think we need to move again.
like,
Again? This is Kevin saying this. Again?
so, well, you know about the raids and everything that happened, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm well aware.
Yeah. So, oh, this is gonna be great. That's okay. She's not gonna live any longer than this year.
Ooh. Hmm.
What month is it right now?
It's May. Or no, it's April.
Or it's August.
I got some time. I got some time.
So, you guys still have a job to do. Which I guess Kevin doesn't know about yet.
Oh yeah, she looks. She's like, oh, Kevin. I got, something for you. Not sure if you're interested.
Hit me. What you got?
Job over in the Philippines. We all need to get. Well, we don't need to go. I got hired onto it, but apparently some phenomena is going out there. Person said that they'd go through and pay us to go check it out. I sent an email out. I don't know if I got an email back yet.
What sort of details do we have on this case?
Yes. She's like, that's why I emailed him back. All we know is that there's something going on out there, a strange phenomena. It's probably, well, it's not even probably. We can assume it has to be some infection, right? So.
Oh, of course.
How do you really quick on Roll20? How do you send a message to somebody in particular? Is it just slash?
It's like
that person?
slash W.
I think.
Whisper.
I was gonna like send one to Raph earlier, but I couldn't find the name because it just pops up as the.
No.
Then I was like, I don't know if that's the thing. But if you're down for it, hopefully I should be getting an email soon.
Do you want me to call up Mr. G for you?
Yeah. Yes, please.
You know what? It's been way too long since I've...
Huh?
First.
I think we missed you. What you said there.
Everyone's real quiet.
Who first? Chauncey or Mr. G?
Chauncey. And then we'll go to Mr. G.
Hey, Chauncey, you're not here, but...
Right.
She calls up Chauncey and basically leaves a message saying, blown up by some random chick who barged into our house.
She gives you the details, Miss Madigan, you know, just like she
Home
tells you
intruder.
the affiliation. Yeah.
Yeah, and Katara knows her full name and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And she calls up Mr. G. Like, hey, Katara wants to hire you.
Oh, yeah? Last time I talked to her, she said she didn't have anyone in mind.
Oh, she has someone now.
All right, give me a name. I'll get on it.
Like gives the phone to Katara. Can you hold it? You need me to hold it?
No, I got it. I have a free arm. Yeah, some bitch rolled up in my house and shot off my arm.
Hot damn.
I want her
Well, it
dead.
could have been there.
Name Madigan. Just blah blah blah. I
Her
don't know what the
name-
rest of it is.
Her name
Yeah.
is Ashleigh Madigan.
Ashleigh Madigan.
Ashleigh Madigan. I'll run it through some database to see what I can find.
Alright. Just, I worked with her back at Umbrella, and
Next umbrella. All right, that may make it a little bit easier.
apparently used to work for Wesker.
Fuck. That's gonna be
And
hard.
she's got wires in her face.
Yeah, it just kind of gives the details of what she looks like
Mhm.
and just everything, and then it's just like, yep, that's her. She had 2 bodyguards with her, big boys.
All right, I'll make a few phone calls. See what I can do.
All right, and just hangs up.
Mhm.
Don't ever separate.
No, we won't.
Wait, so out of game, Katara is missing an arm now?
Oh yeah, it's well.
Well, she had a
it's
chunk blown
still
out of her
there.
shoulder.
she
Yeah,
had
her
a
arm's
chunk
still
of it,
attached,
Yeah.
but there's a chunk missing. But it looks to be
Not
healing pretty
functional, but
rapidly.
attached.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it heals, that's fine.
It's like you could probably do like if you looked at it, you can see like the individual muscle fibers like moving and kind of like reaching for other one.
Ooh.
It's probably
Oh,
really gross.
Yeah, that's literally what's going. She's just
It's
like,
just like
oh, this is weird.
At this point, Kevin is kind of unfazed by this sort of stuff because he's been around zombies and viruses so long.
yeah, he's been around. Like that's what happens when you hang around Emil and Katara for too long. You just see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have her get up and just go take this green herb, like, because she has this first aid pouch, and she still has a first aid spray, 2 green reds, and then a green herb. Yeah, so she's just gonna.
Yeah, you guys mind if I grab myself some breakfast?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
All right. He goes to the fridge and he pulls out a gallon. He's pouring himself a bowl of cereal.
Mary's just
I
looking at all
like
the
how-
dust she has to clean up.
I like how
I'll
at
clean
this
this
point,
up. Don't worry about it.
I like how at this point everybody's just like, shit, we got attacked. All right, I haven't had breakfast yet.
So anyway, to move things along here. So also, Lauren, I would
Raph,
say
did you?
yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so if you guys decide to accept and take on this job, you would later be able to establish further contact with this Samuel Emerson. And once he's officially hired you and you have accepted the job, he charters a private jet to fly you all out to the city of Manila, where you are to meet a local representative of Mr. Emerson's company, who then drives you all out to a factory where your investigation is set to begin. So, there's any last minute anything you guys want to do before you guys depart? It was your last chance to note it, but
I guess like
Well-
one thing that's still sitting on her mind real quick.
Mhm.
One thing that's still sitting on her mind real quick is like when she had the incendiary grenade, she got the text that said "put it down."
yeah.
So I want her to like check around the house
Okay.
or something because she like, how do you know I have the incendiary how did you have my number too? Hold on. So I want her to check around the house just to see if there's anything. If not, then she's just like, okay, maybe she saw it before she left.
Make a quick investigation check.
I swear if there's cameras in this house.
That's a big investigation. I was like, ooh, a 3? Whoa, a 12!
Can Maria help with that?
I mean, I would have explained it to them. So
I would say you would have had to call it before making the roll, but
oh, okay. I mean,
no,
Do
yeah,
I need to roll anything?
I'll say.
Me? Do you have to roll it?
Yeah, I'll let you contest that. Make a quick intelligence check.
Just raw?
House.
Right? Raw intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I figured.
Yeah, if there's anything around, it's beyond your expertise to be able to find it.
Okay.
Also, Katara, make your own intelligence check really quick.
Yeah, I've been doing nothing but decreasing. Let's see what this does. Yeah.
Perfectly average.
Better. I'll also say you could recall one little tidbit of information as you're headed into this job, is that you would actually know that Ashlea can fluently speak Tagalog, which is one of the major languages in the Philippines.
Oh.
Bringing it back off to what happened in the house.
As you remember, you're gonna get a text.
She's just gonna look at her phone.
It's just gonna say like, when did you tell me you were gonna be going to the Philippines?
And she's just gonna message back. I don't have to tell you shit.
I'm gonna ask Jonesy for bodyguards.
Are they at the Philippines yet?
At this point, yeah, the next scene will be transitioning to the Philippines.
Okay, because I was gonna say that text wouldn't have been sent until they were already at the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
So,
Nah.
And then you hear out of the bushes some rustling, and two big old dudes in suits, followed by Madigan, comes out and says, like she's like finishing texting. She's finishing texting, and then you get another message that says, "I'll follow you everywhere. You can't hide from me."
This is creepy.
She's just like, she just sends back a smiley face. That's all she's gonna send back.
She's gonna like walk up to you and like go to one of your pieces of luggage and just kind of like go under like, you know, the handle and just kind of like pull out this little thin wire and just go like, just stick it in her backpack.
Do we see this?
Oh, I'm like doing it in front of you, just like, I have ways to track you. I told you to let me know where you'd be going.
Kevin is just staring at this woman, and he's like, his face is like totally creeped out and disgusted. Like,
Mary has a
seriously?
hypergun.
She's just there like, just looks at the both of you and is just like, let her have her fun. Let her
Oh,
have
I'm
her
having
fun.
so much fun.
Oh,
so
I
much
bet
fun.
you are.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a while since I've been here. I wonder if my uncle's still doing what he does.
I don't care.
you know what? Out of character, this is probably the creepiest character you ever had, Lauren.
Neri's just standing there with a hypergun aimed at her. Just...
You're just like, give me the word, I'll drop her.
At this
Hit her with a
point,
sleep dart.
one of the this is all happening on basically the runway of where the private jet touched down, and at this point, the individual that you were set to meet with comes up to you guys, and he's trying to speak with you and try and get you guys over to van that he'll be transporting you to the destination in. He speaks very broken English, and he's just like, oh, yeah, welcome to the Philippines. And he he seems to be having trouble finding his words. He definitely sounds like he doesn't speak English too well, but
I'll come forward and I'll communicate with him in Tagalog, and I'll start up what do you call that? A dialogue between employer and contractor.
And yeah, you have a brief conversation with him. And he's points out, he's like, oh, he wasn't expecting 4 people to arrive, but he's got room for.
It's a lot more than 4 people.
Oh yeah, 5, or rather 6 people. He was like, he wasn't expecting 6 people, but what was that?
Please get rid of her.
No, honey, you need me. Trust me, you need me now. Actually, now that I'm seeing this, it's kind of sad how many languages you don't speak.
She's also one of those people, high and mighty.
The highest and the mightiest.
You wish.
Kevin, much to his own surprise, he agrees with that point. Not enough people speak languages.
And through conversing with this guy, you're able.
Latin?
What was that?
I can speak Latin.
Oh, but we've all been through med school. Done here, honey. We can all speak Latin.
So yeah, through conversing with this this contact, you're able to discern. His name's Marino Santos, and he's some sort of manager for a local Emerson Industries plant.
Mm-hmm.
And he sort of he guides you all to to the van and drives you out. The drive is long and scenic. You see a fair bit of tropical countryside before entering the urban jungle of Metro Manila. The crowded streets run rampant with colorful tricycles and motorcycles, or which are motorcycles with kind of sidecars, and these jeepney buses transporting large groups of commuters throughout the streets. And so you all have some time over the over the long ride if you want to hold any other conversation.
Maria's still got her hyper gun aimed at. It's just in one hand, just like
Just kind of
pistol.
just casually, just like.
Come on, you.
Madigan just looks at it and smiles.
I have my stun baton out.
Kevin just looks at the both of them. Guys, we're not going to be able to get rid of her anytime soon.
No, you really aren't. Really aren't.
I mean, I don't like her either, but...
I'm not putting this down.
Sorry, I've imprinted on you. You could do about it.
You are kind of obnoxious, though.
Katara just has this
Why are you
shit-eating
talking
grin
to
on her
her?
face.
So over the course of the ride, the driver of the van is actually
We're all just talking shit to each other.
yeah, that's basically the whole trip. The driver of the van is listening to the radio all the while, and over the airwaves you hear a newscaster speaking in Tagalog. Ashleo, you would actually know that there seems to be a lot of hubbub over the radio of an impending typhoon, which is expected to break this year's flood records. That is coming up. And you do see, if you look outside your windows, that all of the skies are really dark and cloudy. So
Ashley will translate everything she's hearing and just kind of remark yeah, nature is a bitch, isn't she? Really, really wish I could harness just a little bit of that power. It's just so awe-inspiring. Whole city's decimated overnight. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why you worked for Wesker.
So, the drive continues on for some time. And eventually, you pull into the sort of past these gates and into the front yard of this large factory. And you are able to step out there, and Marino, who's driven you here, sort of steps out as well, and sort of waits by the van, and he sort of points up at the factory, and he says, like, a worker at this slaughterhouse factory was recently found dead. They suspect a virus, and we close down the factory to be safe.
All right. Well,
Okay. Well, what was so unique about this death that made everyone suspect it was a virus?
It's a very suspicious death. He kind of turns to Ashley and like talks a little bit more articulately in Tagalog, and you're able to translate from him. It was clearly some sort of violent death, and there was a lot of suspicious circumstances around it. But he points out, just for safety, they're going to have the doors closed, and you guys are just the experts that have been called in to verify whether or not it is. So he's going to close the doors on you guys when you head in and be waiting out here for your return.
yep, and that's the deal. So we go in, we find out why this guy died, and I'll probably just blow it on the way out.
You know, I suddenly feel expendable. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I don't care anymore.
Expendable person ears.
The Katara just nods at that, and then it's just like, all right, well, let's get on with the investigation then.
After you.
Oh no, guest, after you.
So she'll.
You wanted to come along unexpectedly, so please go right ahead.
She'll march forward and have her guards open up the doors, and like he doesn't actually touch anything.
Two big
She's just like
burly
going around,
guards.
just like, all right, fine.
Then we'll follow behind.
All right. So you all enter into the slaughterhouse. Are you leaving your guards outside, or are they coming in with you?
Oh, they're coming in.
All right. So they follow you along inside, and
For my own personal safety.
and Marino just like nods to you guys as you head in, and just drags the sort of sturdy bulkhead-like doors shut, and you hear it latch outside. First thing you notice is once that door is shut, you enter at first into this large chamber, but once that door's shut, it's pitch black in here.
Let's see what I got.
Anybody need a flashlight?
I actually don't
I
have
also
a
have a
I have a
flashlight.
lighter.
I have a flashlight on me. I mean, yeah, I have a flashlight on me. Click.
So you click
Hey,
your...
would you like to use my flashlight?
Hmm?
She looks at Kevin. Kevin, would you like to use my flashlight?
Sure. Yeah.
No, she doesn't.
All right, so you give him a flashlight.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
And she's just looking close to Taro.
All right. So you got a couple flashlights going around. You could get a better look at the lay of the land. You see that you're in this large chamber right now. There are white tile floors that extend the entire length. It's rather expansive. And there's a foul stench in the air. You see some meat hooks hanging from the ceiling, which suspend old, rotten pig carcasses. You see 2 doors on the left-hand wall of the chamber. And then one large kind of, basically like another bulkhead door like you first entered through the facility, too, in the far right corner. And then somewhere near the center of the chamber is the body of a man, tall and skinny and in worker's attire. And you'd have to get closer to him to get a better look.
Madigan will just like snap her fingers twice, point at the body, and one of the bodyguards will just go "Ugh," and just walk up and just grab the thing and just start dragging it back.
All right, so it drags you. The bodyguard drags the corpse towards you, and seeing it closer, you see that there is what looks to be a large bloody wound in the shoulder.
So with that bloody wound or that large wound, does it look like a gash, like claw based, or is
We'll
it
say
like,
make a medical check.
Oh, this
Nuria.
one back in the day.
Oh yeah. Are you deferring to Nuria? Just like, hey Nuria,
Yeah,
what's this look like?
Yeah, she's like, Nuria, could you check this out? I'm not sure if it's like bite wounds or like gashes from claws.
Embrace your inner Emil.
Get me wrong.
I'm
medical's
rolling
not bad.
medical. Get ready for
Roll
this. It's
medical
been.
check.
I don't think I've been able to roll one of these since my stats got boosted.
Oh.
Ooh. Got some base boosted stats coming in. Oh! All right, that's a whopping 26. All right, so Nuria is going to be here for a few minutes doing a thorough sort of post-mortem of this corpse if anybody else wants to look around the room and be doing anything else. But basically, during this time, you're able to find out a lot about him. Looking at him, you recognize, first of all, that the cause of death seems to have been blood loss from the wound. And the wound seems to be a bite wound of some sort. Has a lot of markings of some sort of incision made by something natural. And the wound does seem to have some residue on it, but you would require further testing if anybody has any. I guess everybody in this room has some chemical expertise. It would require further testing if you wanted to try and identify the residue. But the body has seen a great deal of decay. In fact, with that medical check, you'd be pretty readily able to tell that this man has been dead for at least 2 weeks.
Oh.
It's a long time. When did the factory
He's
close?
just writing notes out.
All right.
When did the-
If no one... Oh, yeah.
When was the factory closed? When was this? Like what? When did they say this guy was killed?
According to the briefing that you all received, there were no exact dates given, but they talked about it like it was recent.
If no one else will, Nuri will also do test the residue.
All right.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, what is that gonna be, like a science?
Yeah, that would be like a science or chemical set check.
Plus 13 in science.
I can help her.
I'll just give you advantage.
Yeah, yeah. So
well,
9.
Okay,
but-
fine. All right.
Nuri gives her a swift glare, then goes back to science.
So Katara and Nuria are sort of crouched down around this corpse, just doing all sorts of research on it. And y'all would also see, again, there's those 2 doors on the left-hand wall, and on by the big sturdy-looking bulkhead door, there is a terminal right next to that seems to still have some power going to it, even though the rest of the power of this area seems to be off. So you get the sense there's some sort of emergency power going to that terminal.
23.
That's 23 all told on that one. Okay, yeah, after some thorough testing, and especially with the assistance of Katara, you're actually able to get a recognizable reading on it. And Katara's the first one to notice from her extensive research on this particular thing. The residue on this wound is akin to that you would find on sort of Plaga's biofluids.
Okay, she's like, it's akin to the Plaga.
I'm sorry, say that again?
biofluid. It's akin to the Plaga biofluid.
Oh my god.
Because if we're all in here at the moment in time, there's no need for hostilities at the moment. Although when we get out of here.
I'm very familiar with the.
Me too.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Does it look like this person was infected, or
No, they seem to have just been
they
violently
died
killed.
from something?
Yeah.
They died from something that was Plaga.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
At least that's what you seem to be getting the sense of.
I'm suddenly not feeling very comfortable with this Plaga running around.
No?
No. And she'll like snap her fingers again and tell one of her bodyguards to like guard the door that they just came in from.
All right.
And then she'll keep one of her bodyguards with her.
All right.
She's like, if you can find some other thing here to look at. Kevin, what are you up to?
Oh, for a second it sounded like you said cabin.
Yeah, where's Kevin at in all this?
Kevin, well, he's actually...
And again, this would have been happening over the course of a good few minutes to handle all this research, so you guys can have walked around and done some stuff in the meantime.
Kevin's just looking around, getting a look at things, and basically searching around for whatever he can find that might be useful.
Okay.
There is a terminal that's
Yeah, there's the terminal
currently-
and the bulkhead door, and then there look
You
to
have-
be two doors off to the other side of the room.
you have a flashlight, right?
I do.
Okay, because I don't, and so I need to stick by somebody who does.
Well, Kevin's going to take a look at that terminal since he is very, very tech savvy.
It's true. So yeah, looking by the terminal, which again seems to be operating on some sort of emergency power, it seems to be directly connected to this large, heavier door, this heavy-duty solid steel door that is next to it. It looks to have some sort of card reader built into it.
Kevin thinks for a moment and wonders if I wonder if I can jury rig this thing to just open without a card. Huh.
Do you have tools to do that?
What was that?
Sorry,
Happened?
Tweedledum does that sometimes.
Anyway, basically, yeah, he was trying to, thinking of, where he might find a card, or if there was some way he could make it work without a card.
You could attempt to jury rig it if you would want with your Tinker's tools. You can make an attempt at that, but there's a lot of space you haven't explored yet in here.
You've been hanging around Mr. G too much.
Basically, yeah, I was going to explore around here too, what's the sort of the layout of the room?
So yeah, first there was that. What?
I was saying, what's the floor plan? You said there was a bunch of the hooks, but is there any machinery and stuff like that?
Not any particular machinery in here. A couple of pillars holding up the roof, but yeah, there's pretty much just hooks descending from the ceiling. But the layout is pretty open in here.
Okay.
Yeah, there was the door you came in from, and then in the far right-hand corner, if you're coming in from the door, from the front entrance, in the far right-hand corner, there was this sturdy door that you're currently at, and then along the left-hand wall, on the opposite side would be those two other doors.
Well, he's going to take a look at one of those one of those other two doors.
Tweedledee, follow him. Make sure he doesn't get hurt.
And he sort of grumbles and walks out and follows alongside Kevin.
Kevin grumbles slightly to himself, something about how he can take care of himself, but he just continues walking toward the door, and these are on the left, right? The left-hand side. Said okay.
Mm-hmm.
And where exactly are these doors located?
They're just along the wall. So,
okay.
And if you were to try them, you would find that they are open. And the first one just looks to head into some sort of cramped office space with a long desk cutting through the center. The desk is cluttered with paperwork and an old desktop computer, and there's a file cabinet in the back with what looks to be a combination dial lock.
Well, he heads into that room first.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks around, and he looks on the desk first, and he just basically just looks through the papers, sees if there was anything of interest in there.
There doesn't really seem to be anything significant, all various paperwork pertaining to the operation of the place.
Alright. He takes a look inside the desk.
Yeah, inside the desk looks to be more of the same. Just all sorts of mundane paperwork. You get the sense that if there was anything more significant material, it's probably locked away inside that file cabinet, which has that combination lock sort of shutting it.
He walks over to that file cabinet, and now Kevin, let's see here. Kevin doesn't know the combination, obviously. So, his next course of action is... Let's see here. Well, maybe he can use his tools to break it.
Okay.
Have you seen... No, never mind. I think that was Katara who watched Mr. G break into a safe.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say go ahead and make a mobility check with your Tinker's tools. So, that's mobility plus proficiency.
Let's see. Okay, so... Yeah, not bad.
16. Not bad at all. So you start fidgeting with it a bit and start pulling out some tools, and eventually you're just like, you are able to pretty ably brute force it with some bolt cutters and just like crack the lock off of the file cabinet, and you are able to open it up. Inside, you do find some more papers regarding the operation of the factory. Interestingly, if you start to take a closer look at them, you notice that they're all several years old. There don't seem to be any recent ones. But you also find amongst all these papers and what looks to be an employee keycard of some sort.
He smiles and grabs it. Bingo. Right. I guess that's everything in here. Kevin closes the file cabinet and just quickly walks out of the room.
All right.
And from there, there's another door, right?
Yeah, there was another door very nearby to that one along the same wall.
All right, he is going to take a look in there.
All right, so taking a look inside, you find another cramped office space, very much like the other, except there's no file cabinet in the corner of this one, just a desk with another computer and some more drawers.
This is the far door?
Yeah, well, on the left-hand side, there's the 2 doors. So yeah, this would be in the far corner.
Oh, it's not a double door. They're 2 different doors.
2 different doors. Yeah, that lead into. They're a good space apart.
I guess Kevin's gonna enter and take a quick look around, but
Okay,
he's not expecting anything.
Yeah, a brief search does actually turn up some like old materials that look to have been stored in the cabinets, or rather in the drawers of the desk. You find 2 chem material and a single green herb, which looks to have been all powdered up in there.
Man, green herbs are pretty resilient.
No, yeah, it's like they're a little dusty, but they're not quite grown anything yet.
Right.
Sure, they do have antibacterial properties.
They do.
Antibacterial, antiviral properties.
And now he leaves the room and basically returns to where everybody else is gathered.
Mm-hmm.
We're just watching Nuria dissect this thing.
Yeah,
Basically,
just prodding at it with some swabs.
As he returns, he holds up the key. He whips out the key card and just holds it up. I found this.
Oh, that's useful.
Yep.
Anything
I
else
think
in
we
there that
can-
might...
Sorry.
Anything else in those rooms we might need to know about?
No, just some materials and an herb.
No, okay.
I'm gonna take a look at this terminal here and see what the heck is with this door.
Is that terminal connected to the big bulkhead?
It does seem to be.
Okay.
So Kevin just walks over and swipes the key card into the terminal.
All right, you swipe the card, and you hear a loud as the door with what little emergency power it has just moves over and slides across, opening to what looks to be a second chamber. And this second chamber is very expansive, kind of like the one you're in, but it's filled with winding conveyor belts that have fallen into disrepair, and there are a few chunks of raw meat still lathering the tracks at some points. On the right-hand side of the chamber, you see along the wall is a staircase that leads to a landing beside a door, which seems to lead into a second-floor hallway of some sort. And then on the left-hand side of the room, there's another door.
Door on the left, on the right,
Staircase.
to door.
Yeah, staircase to second-floor door.
Well, Kevin's not heading in there just yet. He's going to wait around for the others
All right.
to finish what they're doing first.
Yeah, and about this time, you guys would get all wrapped up with handling the corpse and discovering all that you are able to discover about it.
All right, that's done.
All right.
So what else did you see? I noticed you're back.
Anything we need to know about in there?
Well, it's a pretty big room, kind of like this one. Lots of conveyors, a few doors.
Right. And anything off this guy we can get? Anything new about him?
Actually, we haven't actually investigated through this dude's pockets or anything, right?
If you want to check his pockets, it's a pretty easy search since he's in these sort of workman clothes. He doesn't seem to have anything on him.
You have to find his locker.
Like nothing on him. Well, either way, let's get going.
All right, so
I
y'all...
have to stick by the flashlight, so...
yeah, you stick close
got
to
it.
the lights. You head into the next chamber,
Not
which...
too close.
pretty
Keep your
close.
distance. So you head into the next chamber, which, again, as was described earlier, has those conveyor belts throughout the middle, and then on the right side has those stairs leading up to another door, and on the left side at the ground level has another door.
So after taking a look inside this room and seeing all the conveyor belts and all the machinery in here, Ashley will go, "Oh yeah, no, this is something I could work with," and she like presses like a couple of buttons on these like wrist pads that she's got, and immediately starts like doing some weird finger movements, and you see her backpack open up, and a bunch of these like little spiders go, like mechanical spiders start climbing out of her backpack and start going all around the floor around her and start like sticking to bits of machinery. And every time she moves around, all the spiders stay within like this aura around her and just kind of always staying near her and always moving from one piece of machinery to another,
Oh.
just in case.
Well, while you do that, let's see. Don't know if I want her to head upstairs or if I want her to go. Huh.
Wherever Katara goes, Nuria goes.
I gotta go wherever the flashlight goes.
You're going, Kevin.
Oh, joy.
These
Oh, joy.
with Kevin.
I
I can always keep
will-
Tweedledee with you.
I will head. I'm gonna head up.
All right. So Katara, you make your way for that staircase, and they're these sort of like metal scaffolding type stairs. As you start climbing them, you feel it's a little bit rickety underneath, but you're like, okay, I'm probably all right. But then you walk on a few steps more, and the stairs near the middle just collapse underneath you as you're midway through. I need you to make a mobility saving throw.
Oh yeah. Watch this, guys.
I reach to grab her.
Oh,
Watch
she's fine.
that.
Ooh, nice. So the stairs go out beneath you, and you're just barely able to like sort of lunge forward and get your hand at the next ledge, and you're sort of grabbing a hold and holding on by the ledge of that landing where it went up to, but the stairs are out.
It's like,
Wait,
huh.
so is Katara on like the other side?
Yeah, she's the stairs lead up to this landing right next to the door, and she's hanging off of the landing right now. So
Great.
you could drop back down,
Ooh,
or you
ha-
could try and climb up if you want.
Who
How
has
far is the drop down?
It's about a 10-foot drop, so you'd be able to handle it, no
Oh,
problem.
okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
who has the flashlight?
Me.
Ah,
I have a flashlight
Katara
too.
and Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Katara, Kevin
Oh.
have flashlights.
Do
How big is the gap?
It's a pretty sizable gap. It would require a check if you wanted to just try and raw jump it.
What's like the distance? Is it like more than 10 feet?
Oh yeah, it's more than 10 feet
20.
across. From like the nearest, or from where where the stairs begin, and then where the ledge is finally at.
Well, if you wanted the gap to be bigger, I can help.
Like, that's not what we want. I'm going back down. I
Okay.
don't have the strength to pull myself up.
So you lower yourself back down to the ground level with everyone else.
Yep. It's like I am not a strong one, so I can't pull myself up like that. I think we're
Yeah, I don't think anybody's getting up there.
Does anybody in this group have a strength more than 10?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no!
Where?
I have that good -1.
Wait,
Well, I'm with you there.
+1.
Oh,
No, okay, you've got a. Whoa! Nuri is the strongest one in here. What does Kevin have?
Apparently.
what's Kevin at with strength?
He has a strength of 6.
Oh,
-2.
Shit, man.
Whoa.
Oh, we're
Welcome to the nerds. Nuri
We're
is the
real
buff
smart.
Whew.
Really, the sickest one is the strongest one here. You gotta
I'm
be
old. I
strong
have an
to
excuse.
survive the sickness.
I don't lift things. I just have Tweedledee or Tweedledum lift things for me.
You think one of them could make it across and check out stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
That'll probably be the best idea.
And she'll just like whistle snap and call Tweedledee over.
He just
He's hanging out.
lumbers over.
He's hanging out with Kevin, and she's gonna just like off you go. But before she does that, she's just gonna like rig this, get like an elastic band and like stick this camera on it and just put it over his hat or his head, and I'm gonna put a sticky camera on him.
All right.
That's so good.
Perfect.
And it's like, oh, off you go.
Go ahead and make an athletics check for him to see if he can jump this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he doesn't have any abilities.
Companion stats.
What?
It is the biggest modifier all of it.
12. Unfortunately, he tries at it, but he's not able to clear all the way up. It's just yeah. He tries a good few times, and there's a lot of slamming and a lot of falling, but he can't quite scale that. The walls are too smooth.
Oh well. All right, Tweedledum, or Tweedledee. You did a good job. Just pat him on the head. Take the camera off him.
Mm.
I don't have to try. It's like to Katara.
I don't.
I mean, if there's something important up there.
Yeah, but going alone isn't necessarily the best thing. That's why I wanted the big boy to do it, because he looks capable of
I don't
handling
want to leave you
himself.
here with her.
I don't want to be alone here either with that one. But why don't we check out down here first, see what we can do down here for some time, and then we can try going up here again.
Yeah, we'll see if we can find anything. Maybe a ladder. Back at.
Yeah.
Oh, random question.
Uh-huh.
I have an EMF visualizer. What does that do?
So, if you were to pull that out, you would just have this little handheld sort of scanning device that when you could kind of emit this sort of light over wherever you point it, and you can kind of see any sort of wiring or electronic infrastructure in the walls around you and control them to a certain extent if they're simple mechanisms.
Is this a flashlight?
It doesn't emit a lot of light.
Okay, all right.
Is that the thing that Ada uses?
Yeah, the EMF visualizer from the Resi 2 remake.
Cool. All right. Well,
Well, can I at least like point it up there, see if there's anything hot up there?
All right, pointed up, there does not seem to be a lot of electrical infrastructure going to that part of the building.
Okay. It'd be useful if there was like a switch up there we need to hit.
Remind me again, where are the doors on this floor?
There's just the one you came through, and then there's one on the wall opposite the staircase.
On ground floor.
Yeah, ground floor.
Well, Kevin's
presumably
gonna head that way.
Okay. Well, it sounds like everybody's
Again.
heading that way at this point, since the
I think we all have to.
Yeah. So, Kevin, you lead the way, and everybody else, you follow into that other door, which leads to, or rather, this door actually, if you try it, is locked.
Oh.
Seems just like a simple, just like, door lock.
Well,
Not do anything.
do you want to see if we can find a key? I can always open this door. Expert at opening doors.
Go right ahead.
All right.
All right, you
I was gonna shoot it open.
You blast that door off its hinges, and it just falls flat on the, just right where it stands. And just a puff of dust goes out. On the other side is a sizable storage hall lined with many metal shelves on which old meat rots away and various scraps and tools gather dust. There is another couple of doors leading out of this chamber, but if you were to search around for some supplies, you could pretty easily find a 20-foot line of paracord, 2 scrap material, 2 chem material, and 2 green herbs.
Oh.
Green herbs don't stack, do they?
They do not.
Nope.
They can mix,
Makes
but
me sad.
You can mix them and make them stack, but you can't stack them individually.
yeah.
Okay.
But we
I'm
don't.
gonna
You said
do-
there's 2 greens, right?
Yeah, 2 greens, 2 chem material, 2 scrap material, and a paracord.
If nobody objects to it, I'm taking the scrap.
I'm gonna drop a tranquilizer that I have and pick up a green herb.
All right.
I'll pick up the tranquilizer.
You're just like, ooh, needles.
Actually, I'm not gonna pick it up. There's a spider that's gonna go like, just like, and like stick it to its head, and then immediately like, shh.
Is that legal?
Okay, well actually, it's gonna skitter back to me. I'll pick it up and put it in my pocket because
There
actually
you go.
that's a melee attack to use, right?
Yes.
Shrink.
All right. I have all the all the healing items.
Nice.
Good to know.
Right.
I know whose pockets to pick if I'm hurt.
And
Hmm.
you need the it just looks to near you, just like you need the material. I mean, I know I don't.
Do you?
Well, I will
She
take
may
that.
have passed out.
Oh no.
oh no.
Her status does
She
say
may have
probably
passed out.
sleeping.
Because, yeah, like I said, she's like 16 hours.
Oh man.
No sleep.
She's glowing. Either that's her snoring or that's her dog snoring.
What?
Oh,
What?
You awake?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the land of the woke.
And what did I miss?
Chem material?
Pretty sure I heard everything because I didn't pass out.
Tar just was asking if you wanted any chem material because you guys found some in the storage hall.
No, I'm good if someone else needs it.
I'll take it.
On the other hand,
And again, I love the little spider. It's going like, and just grab it.
Well, and there's nothing else in this room.
There's a couple of other doors, but those are all the supplies that you find that may be useful.
Oh, okay. Time for door checking.
All right. Yeah, if you were to do a quick search of this place, it wouldn't take you very long. One of the doors just leads to a locker room that looks to be pretty much cleared out, and the other door leads to a freezer room, and in there you can find a singular liquid nitrogen can, 2 chem fluids, and 1 red herb.
Okay.
Take that nitrogen.
I'll take those fluids. You said 2?
Yeah, it's 2 chem fluids.
Oh yeah.
I look over to what's her face? Madigan. You can take how much space? Okay, out of character. How much space does Madigan have?
I think I've got 1 more slot open. No, 2 more slots. I have 2 slots open.
I hold out a green herb. You want this?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna give that to her and take the red herb.
You can combine the green-red.
I was going to say, it's worth noting that I think everybody here has enough scientist levels to have craftsmanship, which means all of you can combine 2 herbs for free, like without having to make a check. But to combine a 3rd herb would require a check.
Well, I'm gonna combine a green red,
All right.
and
Yeah,
I'm gonna
green-red mix.
she
I'll still
can
take that green, though.
keep the green. She can still keep the green.
Okay. I will still keep that green.
I need space.
All right. So, other than that, there's no other doors or anything.
Yeah, you seem to have pretty thoroughly searched this place. There's nothing much else.
Can we find a ladder?
She goes. So she goes, and the only way is up.
Hmm. Well, I'm terrible at jumping. My knees just wouldn't take
We
it.
have cord.
It's true.
Oh man, that sounds like a pain.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to the expedition.
Hmm.
Let's go see what we can do.
Yeah. Might be able to.
Did anyone pick up that paracord?
Yeah,
I have it somewhere.
Somebody has it.
I'll just say I did.
All right.
Actually, I also have some paracord.
You do have
Really?
I have a longer paracord.
We have 40 feet of paracord now.
Wow. Nice.
Can you do anything with that?
Oh,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure we could. It's only a 10 feet to the
Yeah, up the ledge.
upper landing, so we have plenty of feet.
Yep.
Alright.
All right. Let's get this set up then, so we can head up.
After
We had a
you.
pulley system going between all the engineers in this room.
Yeah, so how are you guys going about this? How are you going to go about using this
Um,
cord to try and get up there?
We'll let the engineers.
You can try jump over and connect it somewhere over there.
Oh, we don't need a jump. I can always just launch something up there and connect it with that. You know.
Kevin snaps his fingers and he points at Mannequin. Your spiders. Do you think they could bring that cord up there and maybe somehow like tie it around something up there?
That's a fantastic question.
They're mostly just flavor, so they wouldn't have the strength to be able to carry that much.
Question.
Oh shoot!
Hold on. Let me just hold on. Okay, you guys. I need to do some reading really quick. Speaking of spiders, I need to read something.
And Tweedledum and Tweedledee are just following along, just quietly.
It's like,
As quietly as they can, yeah. For big lumbering guys.
Mm.
Hmm.
It's adhesive.
Engineers to figure this out.
Where's? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's chemicals.
I would have totally taken engineering, but it just wasn't my. I love chemistry.
Okay. It says I could seal an opening with adhesive, but I'm not looking to seal an opening. Can I spray this adhesive on the wall and have a drone car drive up it?
That's a fantastic question. I would say that adhesive is pretty strong. It would be difficult for the car to get traction on such a thing. It would be able to stick
Technically,
to
my
it really well, but in terms of turning its tires.
Well, not technically, but like I have my drone car flavored as it's just a larger spider.
Same deal though. It would just be like, it would just be stuck there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, so I will say I have a bola. I can always like just connect like a piece of the rope to the bola and just use that to like attack the railing and just have the bola like around it.
Mm-hmm.
That's originally what I was thinking. Like ghetto grappling gun it.
I like the idea out of character.
We have no mobility.
So you're gonna try that?
Well, I mean,
I have some mobility.
they have some mobility. Here.
Mobility? What are we using mobility for again?
No, I mean like not mobility the skill. Like we can't get around a lot.
Oh no.
You don't have a lot of vertical mobility.
Yeah.
I have mental mobility.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
can mentally get yourself up there.
You do some mental gymnastics here to figure out how to get to the second floor.
me and Kev are gonna figure out something.
Passive- Can I like passive perception my way up there?
With a 26 or whatever it is you have.
21.
21?
21.
So are you attempting that bola idea or?
So, between me and Kevin, can we figure something out, like some sort of system between these two paracord that we can attach to my bolas and like attach it up there that would be
basically
stable
just
enough
using
to pull
it as a weight. No, yeah, that'd be pretty easy to jury rig between the two of you. Especially with Kevin's engineering expertise, he would know just the way to hook it up such that it doesn't ruin the balance of the throw.
All right, fantastic. I'll just like take the end of the rope that needs to be attached and just like attach it to the one of the barrels on my arm and just go. And you see this like bola come flying out and then attached to the railing.
Hopefully, make an attack check with it or attack roll.
I will.
I think that one uses your tool attack bonus.
That's a tool attack, yeah.
Yeah.
It can either be arranged if I give it to somebody else.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Or if anyone has a tool attack. Oh, wow, that's very high.
Dang. So you just, and it just goes straight like a, zip cord, just like, and wraps around one of the poles very neatly, and seems to be sturdily fixed there.
Truly, I'm a genius.
Just you? I have two, Kevin's gonna start climbing this cord if he can.
All right. And
How much do my bodyguards weigh?
They're pretty heavy. Good couple 100 pounds. Or they're about a little more than 200 pounds, I'd say. 200 to 250. But they this seems like pretty strong paracord as long as you go one at a time. And given enough time, you could start climbing that, and one by one get you all up there.
A paracord is, I'm assuming this is like 540 paracord? Or 540 pounds. We have enough to loop it over 4 times. Okay, so that's quite a bit.
All right, so you all are able to climb this paracord up to that landing and able to get up to that second floor.
All right. Go team.
Yeah.
Go me.
Yeah.
All right. So going through that door on the second floor, it leads out into a hallway. It looks like a pretty rusty hallway that goes around the perimeter of the building. And along the outer wall are windows looking out on the front yard where you'd first entered.
Anything out there?
As you make your way out, you kind of peer out those outside windows, and they're all letting kind of natural light into into this hallway. So it's like not dark as opposed to the interior chambers. But yeah, so you peer out those windows, and you do see outside in that yard. You see now actually, and you'd begun to hear it a little while back, that the rain is pouring down hard. Seems like the storm may be underway. But you do see outside that the van by which you had first been transported is out there. And you do see the man that had driven you, Marino Santos, looks to be just kind of walking around and like leaning against the van just sort of casually. He looks to be on the phone. And he looks to be having a chat.
What does that mean?
Well, you can make a perception check if you want to try and listen in. There's a bit of rain going on, so it does require some more active listening.
Rain.
Yeah, there's a good bit of rain. So, but if you want to do some active listening,
Perception.
Are we all up here?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
all of
say
you
just
are
like
here.
I'm just gonna say like
do it.
he's like right. You guys are rolling.
so yeah,
I was gonna say like can at least Nuria go for it because he's got like a plus 14 or something.
Oh, that's so good.
yeah. So Nuria, you with your strong acute hearing are able to notice first, but the rest of you also kind of notice as you listen along. But Nuria, you hear clearest that he looks to be talking or he sounds to be talking over the phone. He is speaking in English, and he's just going like, "Yeah, they're inside now."
She's repeating this to them.
All right. Yeah, sort of repeating everything you hear, and he's just.
I'm the only one who
on
can't
just
hear
like-
it.
Yeah, you're pretty much the only one who can't hear it, and he's just going. Yeah. Yeah, they don't suspect anything. How much longer do you think? Okay. And you see at this point, he sees people approaching another vehicle approaching the front gate. Looks to be another white van. And while he's talking over the phone, he just walks over and opens up the gate to let them through, and then closes it again behind them. And a group of about 8 people start funneling out of that other van, and also begin just hanging around. And he's just continuing over the phone. It's like, okay. They're still not out yet, so... Yes, we're just waiting.
There's people who came out of the van armed.
With your perception check, yeah, you would be able to notice that they... some of them seem to be carrying handguns tucked in their trousers.
Immediately, like she's just gonna go. That's quite unfortunate.
I have.
Doing?
So as this is going on, and she just looks over at Magnet. She's like, "Hold on, don't do anything yet."
Fine.
She's like, "Element of surprise."
Yeah,
If-
we have that already.
We can set it up. We don't need to attack them yet. Plus, what if we need those vehicles to get out? How are we leaving?
On foot. I actually know this area pretty well.
That's great. We
Eh,
can drive.
It is a typhoon, though. You're right.
mm,
So, if it happens to be something bad for us, we can at least get them with the element of surprise here. I've got my launcher. You've got whatever you used on me, or whatever else. We're good.
Can the windows be opened? Like, are they panes? Or
No,
are they
yeah,
like one of those, like...
they're like
sorry.
they're like warehouse
Can they, like,
like
be opened
pane
a little
type
bit?
windows, so they can't really be interacted with beyond breaking them.
Ah. Are any broken?
No, they seem to be like,
Okay.
decrepit and in disrepair, but not broken.
Nah, someone needs to start throwing rocks at these windows.
You do see at the end of this hall, there does look to be another exit, which seems to be looks to be a fire escape of some sort that leads out onto this little landing on the outside of the building, from which you would also be able to see this front yard.
Still facing them?
Yeah.
There's that fire escape?
Well, it's sort of on the side of the building, but yeah, you could see the front.
Well, if you want, I can always send Tweedledee and Tweedledum out to greet our guests face on. We can find a way around the sides and just kind of blow them to smithereens.
Well, and that is an idea, but real quick, what were you looking to say, Neria?
I was just going to mention the typhoon.
Ah, yeah.
Is that
Well-
is like the typhoon weather look like it's making like difficult terrain out there?
It looks like in a matter of time it may be. Yeah, you're starting to
Wait
see the water pile up a bit.
So essentially the door all the way towards the end
Mhm.
is just a way out.
Basically, yeah, it's just a fire escape that'll bring you back out to the sort of front yard area.
Okay, yeah. So she's gonna look at Magda again. She's go ahead and send your 2 guards out, and then we'll make our way around to do what we need to do.
So so you're sending them out the fire escape?
Also, I'm sending them out the front door,
Well, at the front door.
at the bottom,
At the bottom. So
because I have one guy there already
Mhm,
who's guarding,
true.
and I was gonna send the other guy who's with us, Tweedledee, to go and have them both walk out the front.
Okay, understood. So you
Just really quick, I just want to like say this, like this has got to happen, right? Like I send him out to go, and there's like we're all like waiting for it. You just hear like a cling. All right, stairs aren't up.
yeah, that's true. It's probably easier to jump down though than to get up. But yeah, he leaps down. He does take a quick 2 points of bludgeoning damage as he falls that length. But
Break his feet.
yeah. Almost a sprained ankle, but he walks all the way back down to the front with your other bodyguard. Well, rather, you all don't see any of this, so there's just a little bit of a gap of silence as you all are waiting here after that clang. And then you wait, and then you wait. Then you hear at the front metal doors just coming out from the inside, and you see everybody outside just suddenly go up, like straighten their backs and go up on alert. They all kind of gather around the van. Some of them take cover behind them. And all of the ones that are armed start pulling out their guns and start training it on the front door.
Oh, all right. Looks like the fun is about to begin. Do you want to keep any of them alive to torture and interrogate?
I'm gonna be honest. Yes, we need
All right.
info. It'd be
We'll
good
keep
to
one
at
of-
least keep 2 of them.
That'll work. And she'll press a button on her chest, and the
Oh.
actual like container, like this, she has like these X-shaped straps coming off, and they detach from that central button on her chest, and it basically looks like she's like straight Iron Man with like this big button right there, and it turns into this large actually I think technically it's small, but like spider-like container, and its back opens up, and this rifle just goes whoosh at the top, and she's just going to start piloting around, and it's going to position itself by one of the windows.
Ooh.
All right.
She's like, all right, and the rest of us. So if we were to go out the fire escape, then because their attention seems to be drawn at the door with the two other guards, would they have clear view on us, or are they too distracted to see us go down?
I say we wait till we start shooting.
It will depend on a result of a stealth check, but they are distracted enough that a stealth check is possible. If you want to try and go that way unseen.
Because I just don't want to. I don't want to fire the grenade launcher and blow up cars. Just because that's a way out. Don't want to be trapped here.
Yeah, you would have a bit of a better angle from the fire escape.
Okay, so she's gonna look at Neria and Kevin and just go, "I'm going over to the fire escape. I need to get a better view." And she has her grenade launcher out.
All right.
Just kind of makes her way over.
All right. So you make your way over there. Make a stealth check. To see if you can do so unnoticed. And while this is going on, you see Marino. He kind of motions some of the other guys, starts positioning them, commanding them around. Still has the phone up.
No.
Oh no! Can we somehow?
I mean,
I was afraid of this.
I mean, I felt like this was gonna happen because my rolls have literally just been declining this whole episode, except for that 110.
So he's kind of waving people around, commanding the people down on the ground, and he motions one of them over to start unlatching the front door and opening it up, and he still seems to be on the phone. And as this is going on, as Katara starts making her way towards that outside balcony, that upon opening the door that leads out, it just opens with this loud creak, and a bunch of people just kind of shoot their eyes up there, but the others stay focused on the front doors as they open up simultaneously. And as soon as those front doors are open, a couple of shots go off inside the front going towards the front entrance. But we're gonna roll for initiative to see how quickly that happens.
Oh, can I say what happens really quick for my guys down there?
Huh.
Can I have once it's open, they just kick the door open and just full on pull out their weapons?
All right.
It's as soon as it's open and all, they're just do. But as soon as it's open, just kick the door open, and you guys just hear this as they all pull out these chain swords.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
So, everybody roll off on initiative, and your bodyguards are going to be acting on your initiative, Ashley.
All right, that's fantastic.
I don't feel bad. I'm not the only one who got a 9. Even though it was a nat 1 still.
A nat 1, you're a 9?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
My stealth is 8.
Dang, dude.
I guess I'm the fault. Oh wait, no.
No, Katara's screw it, we're moving.
Yeah, it was as soon as she hears the door go, she's like, well,
time to run.
All right. So, sound off on initiative.
Hold on, Madigan. I usually read my name at the bottom. I almost said Mr. G. Madigan at a 6, as well as my 2 henchins.
Yeah. All right, you're down to 6.
all right. Katara at a 24.
Ooh. Nuria?
Neria at an 18.
All right, and Kev?
Had a 9.
That's a mighty 9 right there. All right, so
Not really.
We have 2 9s.
no, the 9 was on her natural 1 stealth. So
That's a pretty good stealth still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
It's quite unfortunate. So the worst you can roll without failing critically is 10.
Yep.
That's actually dang good.
all right, so top of the round goes to Katara. You get to act first, as you seem to have surprised not full on surprise them, but at least their attention is divided enough that you're able to pretty readily jump into action.
Okay. So they're already aimed up at her pretty much.
Some of them are aimed up at them, but the rest are shooting at that front entrance as soon as it opens.
Okay.
As soon as you hear the...
All right, yeah. How far are they from me? I guess like from the balcony going over to them.
They're all within about 100 feet. The factory yard stretches a good bit, but yeah, they're all fairly close.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm just gonna I want to position my 2 explosives that so they're not like near the cars, but enough to hit the guys that are looking at least in her direction, if that's possible.
So the ones
behind them?
the ones closest to you would probably be the ones most likely to be looking in your direction, and yeah, they're not necessarily taking cover on the vehicles. It's mostly the people who are aiming down and securing that front entrance that are taking cover. So yeah, you could have a clear shot on I'll say about 4 of them with your or 3 of them with your grenade launcher.
3 of them with the grenade. Okay, that's fine. I will go through explosive rounds. I'm going to go through and do an explosive enhancer on the first one.
All right.
So she's going to and then fire off.
3 mobility saves. That's a fail. And a fail.
Oh, yes.
Nope.
And a fail. So every single one of them are
23
whew,
for the first shot.
23 points of explosive damage. Is just and you see just like 3 different people fly off in 3 sorts of directions.
And then I'm going to go through and extra attack and shoot my next one.
All right, on the same batch of people.
Yep.
All right.
So, 2, 19.
And actually, yeah, it doesn't really matter whether they save or not. That's gonna kill them. So you just like fire another shot, just boom, and it causes another massive detonation around that batch, and they all just get obliterated to pieces. Well, we'll see about pieces.
Oh. Many pieces.
So 2 of them get obliterated into pieces, but one of them sort of stumbles out of the way after the first blast, and just like the second explosion just sends some shrapnel out that takes his head off. But then where once his head was, a massive sort of tentacle sprouts out in its place, and it just starts flailing around.
She's like, there it is. And she just gets back into cover.
All right.
And that's the end of her turn.
So that's Katara's turn. Next up is Nuria.
Oh, yeah. So how far away are they from me right now?
Again, they're all within 100 feet. Probably the furthest one isn't any further than 60, 70 feet, but about the yard goes out about another 100 feet.
So, is it disadvantage if it's past effective range and maximum range?
Yeah, if it's past your effective range but within your maximum range, then it's disadvantage on the attack.
And you can't attack beyond your maximum range.
Exactly.
Oh, well, I've got nothing else to do. She's gonna aim at guys that Katara blew up.
Say what?
All of the guys that got blown up died.
Well, all of them died, but one of them mutated into something else. So he's got that tentacle flailing out of his neck now.
Anything, but she's gonna use a hypergun to fire a toxic injection.
All right, so you're firing it at the mutated one?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and make your tool attack with the hypo gun. You just fire that. Well, you'll have to like crack out one of the windows to make sure it goes through, unless you're leaning out the fire escape.
I'll have a lean at the fire escape.
Okay, so you lean out behind Katara and just shoot that out.
That's a disadvantage, because I assume it's further than 60.
No, he would be within 60. The ones she was going for were were a bit closer than the farthest ones out.
Okay.
So actually,
Is
yeah,
60 also
that's
the range of the grenade launcher.
Huh?
What's the range of the grenade launcher?
100.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So they're all within range of her launcher. But oh yeah, so that's just a straight roll then. So then in that case, yeah, that mega hits. So I believe he has to make a con save.
Yeah.
Which is a 21. So I think he takes half damage from this, and is not poisoned.
Yeah. That's... yes it is, okay.
Phooey. So that's 19 points of damage, I believe, when halved. So you fire the needle out, it just like sticks into the base of the tentacle at the neck area of the body, and it just like, you see this sickly color just climb up through all of the veins on that tentacle creature, and it just like writhes and flails about even harder. It seems to be quite hurt by it.
Okay. That'll be the end of her turn.
All right. So, end of her turn. We're coming up to the guys outside. And the 4 guys who are taking... What?
Lay into my boys.
Yeah, the 4 guys that were taking cover by the vehicles are going to start unloading on the chainsaw boys downstairs. So it's going to be 4 attack. Nope. So that guy's gun actually jams. So it's that's an 18 and a 6.
6 definitely doesn't hit either. 18
Yeah, I
hits.
think the 18 hits. So Tweedledum takes 3 points of piercing damage as the other shots just kind of go wide, as you hear a bunch of gunfire popping off down below, just like and so those are those were the 4 taking shots. One of the other guys is just like has like basically a pipe that he's wielding as a club, and he's gonna run up and attempt to swing on Tweedledum. That's a 19 to hit,
That hits.
which hits for
Yes, please get closer.
4 points of bludgeoning damage against him.
On dumb?
Yeah, on dumb. And you know, at this point, Marino's just all like, he's just confounded by how quickly this whole situation started kicking off. He just like drops the phone and starts running in and trying to get into the action. He, I suppose, from his more, I guess, having been off to the side a bit, he was able to observe the lay of the land a bit more, and probably would have seen where those grenade rounds were coming from. And so he's actually going to make a dash in that direction. So he'll get basically underneath the fire escape, and he sees you up there. He's like, all right, and he starts climbing up the ladder towards you. But with his dash, that's probably about as far as he gets. He's about halfway up the ladder. So that brings us down to Kevin.
Okay, well, Kevin is going to grab an explosive bolt from his bag, and he's going to fit it into his crossbow.
All right.
And he walks outside to where the action is happening,
So sort of by the fire escape as well.
Yes. And he'd see this guy climbing the fire escape, right?
Yeah, Marino, who seems to be who was the sort of local manager, or at least so you were told.
He points his crossbow downward, scowling, and then he just fires.
All right, making a attack roll.
All
You can't
right.
get out of the way very well. Is that advantage? It's on a ladder.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a bit at your mercy here, so I'll give you advantage on the attack roll.
All right. Let's see here. What type
guy.
roll is that again?
Should just be your mobility modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Gotcha.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I have an
crit.
advantage, so I'm gonna roll just for luck.
Pretty consistent. Do you not have any mobility?
What?
Wait, for
What'd you
Cat-
say?
Do you have any mobility?
I have a mobility of +1.
Oh, your proficiency is 3?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I was confused.
Yeah, so you hit him as you just point your crossbow down and just down the hatch and just you sort of like peer out over in front of Katara and just like, oh, watch it, and then shoot down in front of her and down the ladder, and it just like sticks him, and he just like well, he would, after the explosive part goes off, he will darn well fall off of the ladder from that. So go ahead and roll all your damage.
All right.
Ah!
Give me 1 sec here.
Yeah, it's basically like a Mass Effect concussive shot, just like this little burst as it hits, as just.
Oh, I need to get the stats for my spider.
Okay, so. Alright, that's a 1d10 plus 2d6. Okay.
Yeah, plus your mobility modifier as well, which is just a +1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so. Let's see here.
you're on deck, Ashleia.
Can you send me AK stats? Raph, can you send me
Yeah,
AK
yeah,
stats?
I'm on it.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, that's just a 6. Okay. And 7. So 13, 14.
Okay.
That's total 14.
Right. So 14 points of damage in total. Yeah, he doesn't have any special conditions to
Yes,
any of them.
yes.
So, all right. So you fire that down, pop him off the ladder, and he plummets back down to the ground level. So he's still alive, but you just bore a right hole of a wound in his chest.
Does he take
what
fall
was
damage?
what was that D10 then?
The D10 was the damage from the crossbow, and then it
From
was
the bolt.
yeah, from the crossbow bolt, and then the 2d6 was explosive damage,
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
which should have been +1. But yeah, you gave me the proper total. I'll say he takes a little bit of falling damage. He takes 4 bludgeoning damage upon landing. Just like ugh. And he's just like prone at the bottom there now.
Covered in mud.
Yeah, just covered in mud and getting caked by the hard rain. Is that the end of Kevin's turn?
Well, I don't see what else I can do here. So
All right.
how far away how high up is this?
It's about some 20 feet off the ground, but you could like slide down the ladder pretty easily from the upper position with a little cost to your movement.
Nah, I'm gonna stay here.
All right, so you
I'm
stay.
ending my turn.
Stick to the high ground. Next up is Madigan.
All right, so I've got my little spider with a AK sticking out of it, up on like some tables by some windows, and it's just gonna start opening fire.
All right, so this thing's just blasting out the windows. So go
Yeah,
ahead
it's just like-
and
I think it's just because technically the AK is a +2, but because it's technically a turret, it doesn't
Yeah.
get any bonuses.
because
the
well, you're
AK.
using your tool attack
Flat.
modifier. Yeah. So
Okay. No, like even for damage is what I mean. So
yeah.
there's
Well,
no
there's
damage
no
bonuses.
there's no damage modifiers at all on
Got it.
turrets.
Got it. Tool
So is
attack
this just
modifier
shooting
for the
at?
turret, right? Whoever's nearest.
Okay, whoever, just one of the guys out in
Yup.
front of one of the gunners. Or you could target the tentacle creature off to the side as well.
Oh, that's right, because that guy's been.
That guy's still up.
Yeah, let's see if we can finish off that 10.
All right. Yeah, it's already sustained some poison damage.
17.
17 hits.
Obviously full fire rate. $15.
All right, so that thing starts, and that just blasts the tentacle right off the top of it. Just as the bullets just like start cutting through it, it just carves it into chunks, and the body on which it is held just falls flat to the ground.
And she's just like sitting here, just like fidgeting with like this glove, and like little bits are lighting up, and she's like, "Good boy, good boy." Is there anybody within 30 feet of me?
Well, there would certainly be the Majini that ran forward to meet the
right,
your boys
right,
at the
right.
bottom. There's one
So
who ran
seeing,
up for melee.
So seeing those two down there, so the turret is a bonus action attack, to
Right.
attack, and seeing those two back, she's going to like stick her hand out the hole in the window, and she's going to shoot straight down at them behind them, because I think the contact explosive has a radius,
Does have some more radius, yeah.
and behind them so she doesn't hurt bodyguards, and she's going to fire
All right.
a contact explosive down there.
Easy enough,
So they
so-
have to make a fully safe.
All right, mobility save for this guy as you launch that down at the floor. It's 20, so he halves it.
There is. That's better damage.
Ooh.
versus Katara last time. 22 half to 11. Explosive
Half to
damage.
11. So,
Just like
all right. So that explosion goes off down right next, so he kind of like stumbles out of the way a little bit as he sees it, that light coming from above.
he's still up.
Yeah.
She's gonna yell down to her two bodyguards and say, "Tweedledee, Tweedledum, kill them all, save two." And they immediately go and just start carving through this dude in front.
All right, so make an attack roll against this dude in front.
This one's for Tweedledee. Okay. D.
16 hits.
Should I roll for dumb as well?
Roll the damage first,
Roll them. Okay. Whoa!
because it's liable to hurt him.
Whoa! That's I just saw what kind of damage these.
What is this? The
do.
chainsaw?
This is the
These
chainsaw.
These are
Yeah.
chainsaws.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys haven't gotten hit by one. You guys have fought these things before. Never gotten hit by one. Finally, someone gets hit by one.
That's insane.
Ooh.
So he just carves his head off.
His
And
head comes off. He is decapitated if a medium or smaller creature is killed with it.
yep, so decapitated.
Decapitation! And Tweedledum will move forward and attack the closest person with his chainsaw.
All right. So yeah, with his movement, he would. Well, he probably wouldn't be able to get to the guys out in cover quite yet. They'd be just beyond that. So you would have to use your dash to get within range of them.
Dumb will dash forward. D will just walk forward.
Okay, so yeah. So he gets to fighting range of the next henchman, and
at this point, they're like, now that they're in combat mode, they're less just like, and they're just like, and start running out.
All right. So that's the end of Ashlea's turn. Back up the top of the round to Katara.
I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna put my grenade launcher away. Don't need it anymore. I'm gonna walk over to the little catwalk where this dude was like trying to climb up.
Yeah, that was basically just the ladder leading up to this catwalk that you're currently standing on top of.
And she's just gonna pull out her incendiary grenade, look down at the person and go, perish, and just drop it down.
Down the hatch.
Ooh,
all right,
yeah.
so he needs.
She's just perish.
That's then that 20 on the save, so he takes half of this.
Will it even matter?
It's possible.
Wait, is he prone?
He is prone. Does that have? Wait, hold on.
He is prone.
Does prone have disadvantage on mobility saves?
I think it might actually. Let me double check that.
Where is that at? Unit
No, it just has stuff on.
No.
Yeah, it just has stuff on attack rolls.
Okay.
So he's
Sounds like
still
he sees
still
this
readily
and he
able
rolls.
to. Yeah, he sees you pull
Okay.
the pin up there, and he's
He's
just
rolling
rolling
out
out
the
of the way. But he just gets lit up, and he takes 7 points of fire damage. He's just like He starts patting out some of the flames on his side. He seems quite severely hurt.
I'm gonna purposely stand in front of the actually no. I was gonna back up and like I'm gonna block the entrance to the room.
All right, to that hallway.
Like yeah, because she doesn't want like if the whole thing is she doesn't want him getting up, and if he can hurt, she doesn't want him getting to the others.
Right. All right. So you're basically guarding the door.
Yeah, but I mean, if they need to get through to do anything, obviously, like
Yeah. So they can move past you. All right. So that's Katara's turn.
yep.
Next up to Nuria.
So, are there any other guys like in the area where the one guy that Katara just fired at is? Or is it just him?
It was pretty much just him. All the others are out by the vehicles and are being charged at by these chainsaw or chainsword wielding bodyguards of Ashleia.
So he's probably the only one who's in like a 30-foot range.
Yeah, the rest would be beyond 30 feet.
I'm gonna drop a cryogenic formula down on him.
This poor guy.
He got blown up, burned, and then frozen.
Do we want to question this guy?
I mean, it's up to you. I will say he does look very weak after everything he's been through. He's he's only
He's gonna die anyway.
He's only still alive from succeeding on some saves. He's barely holding on. He's just like
I would want to keep him alive only because
I do
He might know
non-lethal
stuff.
cold damage.
he might know stuff, and I don't know if you could do non-lethal cold. Can you do non-lethal?
Can I just
I would say
freeze
yeah.
him?
Solid.
I'll
And
say
wait for him to
like-
thaw out.
with that casting stuff, yeah, it's a bit harder to control because you're mostly just like throwing it out there and letting it do its work.
Oof.
Cryospray doesn't freeze anymore.
I pretty much like I let people do declare non-lethal on pretty much any sort of weapon attack, since that's a bit easier to be intentional with.
You can't non-lethal fireball.
Yeah, I don't know if you have. Well, you do have your spark shot. That's a weapon.
Okay,
I
but
just tased him in the butt.
Can I
I've
just
heard
like
non-lethal shatter before, and
like if I like stun him,
Yeah, you could do that.
would that like render him unconscious?
Yeah, I would say so.
Just,
You can,
just give him a heart attack.
yeah, non-lethal shock.
How close is this guy to me?
He's about the 20-foot drop down, so about that far. Although he is
More
prone.
disadvantage.
He is prone, so yeah, you would have disadvantage.
I have disadvantage anyway. 'Cause
Alright,
he's in
yeah.
an X-Men raid. Okay. What's the disadvantage today?
32 trillion disadvantage.
I can shock this guy. Gently. Gently
shock him
this guy.
gently. Alright, 14
14
hits.
hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gently.
Gently.
Set phasers to stun.
Yeah, you just shoot some prongs down into his legs.
And this is... Wait, is this... Mobility or is this intelligence?
This is mobility,
Okay.
because it's a weapon attack, technically.
Ew.
Shock him gently.
So it's
Almost back down.
just like shock him to
He's in a puddle of water, right?
he is too. So it's just like and just like a good bit of electricity surges through that little puddle as he gets rocked. He is unconscious. Very much so.
Ooh, that looked tasty.
So yeah, this guy's pretty much been knocked out. He just like convulses for a bit, and by the time you end the shock, his eyes are closed, and he's just not moving in that puddle.
Blown up, burned, and shocked.
Still has a crossbow bolt sticking out of his chest.
With a big black mark around it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, is that
It's the end of
Nuria?
her turn.
All right. So next up, after being charged, the ground forces are going to start turning on these big Tweedledums and Tweedledees. One of them is going to go forth and attempt to grab the one of them.
Yes, please get closer.
18. So he just
That
runs
is-
forward and just like gets his hands around him, and that one is grappled. So that's Tweedledum is grappled, we'll say.
Tweedledum was the one that went out the farthest.
Right, yeah. So he gets grappled as they start engaging in such a manner, and the others are going to charge in and start rolling attacks out on them as they just like sort of start pulling out like these machetes and other blade implements. Oh, hey, we
What's that?
just got a little something on stream. Rock of the Marn subscribed for his 29th month,
That's insane.
Jeez.
which is yeah insane. Thank you very much, Rock.
Shout out to Space Marines too.
Yeah.
Imagine 40k Space Marine made out of water getting hit by chaos lightning. That's good imagery for it. Yeah. So, these others are going to roll out attacks with their blades against your goons. So you've got
The Shank Squad.
yeah, the Shank
Shake
Squad.
Squad, and I'm just sitting here with like
So 2 on Tweedledum. 19
Jeez, man.
and 10.
Hit and miss.
So that's 6 points of slashing. And against D,
Is that till
that was dumb.
Tweedledee? That was to the one who's grappled.
Uh-huh. And this is the D.
The one
9
who's
to hit.
walking.
So it doesn't hit.
Oh, 9 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they started charging them and just like start slashing at them with their blades, and managed to draw some blood on Tweedledum as he's been grappled by one of them. But that is all they are able to do. That's the end of their turn. Next up's Kevin.
Well, with the threats in front of him already taken care of, he's going to climb down the fire escape.
Okay, so you could easily slide down the ladder and get down with. We'll say it'll just cost you 5 feet of movement from the top.
Okay,
I got it, I read it.
how far, like, can I see the guys fighting the D and Dumb?
Yeah, you could easily get to the corner and have them within line of sight.
All right. Well, first verse same as the second verse same as the first. He's going to once again put an explosive bolt into his crossbow.
All right. Now, can you reload that as a bonus action, or is that your action?
I think I've been through this before, so I guess not. Shoot.
Oh yeah. You
crossbow
need launcher mastery, I think is what it's
That's
called.
what it was.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crossbow expert's a D&D thing. Launcher
Yeah.
masters.
And remind me, are there any like casts I can do as a free action?
Not as a free action, no. But if you want to use your action to cast something else instead of reloading, you may be able to.
I mean, unless. Oh wait, no, you don't have.
Depends on what you have.
Or medicines.
Oh, medicine.
Oh yeah, the meta science.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Let's
do
see
some.
what we got.
You can abuse the economy a bit more with that, but he doesn't have that.
Remind me, is pressure bomb a like? Can I throw that, or do I have to place?
I think that's a function.
Pressure bomb is you use that and it explodes at your feet and knocks everyone away around you.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's
I
pretty close
figured.
quarters.
I just wanted
Yeah,
to double
15
check.
foot cube.
So that's like
Okay.
throw that down at your feet to get people away from you so you can run away.
Yes. Well. I'm gonna stick with my action and just reload my crossbow.
Okay, you reload your crossbow.
Yeah.
Some cover.
Hanging out around that cover. So
Yep.
next up is back to Madigan.
Well, I'm also kind of in the same predicament as everyone else where I'm out of range. I'm going to follow Kevin down the stairs, but my turret spider will stay in that window and just keep suppressing fire through that window.
All right, so you make a shot on one of the Magini that's out there engaging your guy.
Mm-hmm. Probably the one who's grappling.
All right. Make your attack.
26.
26. That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. He needs to make a strength save. 12 points of damage. DC 10. He succeeds. So he maintains his grapple, but he takes
Okay.
12 points of piercing. As the bullets start tearing through his shoulder.
How far down can I get sliding down the ladder and following Kevin? I'll still in the building, so I have to get to the ladder
Yeah,
and
you
then
have to go a bit farther, but I would say you could get to the corner enough to peer around.
I'll dash to get all the way down.
Okay.
Action dash.
Well, get to the corner at the ground level is what I meant. So you've
Oh, at
slid
the ground
down,
level.
and you're at the ground level, basically right next to Kevin.
Is there anybody within 30 feet of me?
You'd have to get closer.
Dang. I'll stay where I'm at and just kind of like crouching by Kevin, just like playing with this glove again, and just kind of like as you see as she's like moving this around, the turret is like finding new targets to try to shoot at. Meanwhile, she's going to.
It's got like
Oh,
a
she doesn't
laser
need to say-
sight that just like darts around the battlefield.
Yeah. But the two goons will continue to just rampage through
All
everybody.
right, go to town.
I think they both have somebody at them, so they're just gonna
Yeah.
cut their.
Well, yeah, they're both surrounded.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the guy is still grappled, so
Yeah.
he's gonna get. Dom is gonna get the guy off him with a grapple, which is +5.
Hits.
5. Yeah. Okay. And then this insane number.
No, yeah.
Points of damage.
He just another
You
decapitation.
guys have no idea how much I gambled to even get these guys.
It was a pretty big gamble. I was ready to feel bad for you if you failed some rolls. Because you could have come in with very little.
I would have been so broke. I'm already super broke already. All right, so that's dumb, and he's just gonna stay where he's at because he is surrounded, right?
He has one other guy on him.
Yeah, he'll just stick there and just continue to be engaged with him.
All right.
Tweedledee will hit the guy who tried to stab him.
He's got 2 guys on him.
Nope. Well, he's going to try and fail.
He misses as he just and just like carves like there's some sparks go off as he carves across the van that's next to him.
And I believe I do have an action I haven't used yet.
I thought you used your action dash, or you haven't done that.
No, I didn't. I didn't end up dashing. No. Yeah, because I'm with Kevin right now without having to dash, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that is all I can currently.
All right. So that ends your turn.
Use
Back
my
up to
action
the.
to use my action to defend.
Okay. Yeah. So you take a defensive stance and prepare yourself for anything that may be coming your way. So back to the top, back to Katara.
So I'm just gonna, just gonna look at an area, just like, hey, I'm heading down with them. She's gonna go down the ladder. And when she reaches the bottom, she's gonna pull out her scar.
All right.
And then if anybody,
That's nice.
if anybody gets within, like, turns and looks to them, like, oh, we should go after them. The first person who tries to come over, she's just gonna go and try to non-lethal take a person down.
All right.
Shooting
Gotcha.
But
It's worth
I'll
noting
be
with
right
all
back.
your movement. Okay, I was gonna say. So you're just holding in case anybody comes by there.
Yeah, I'm holding in case
Okay.
anybody goes by there because I gotta be
All right.
right back.
All right. So next up is to Nuria.
Is I. I'll have a go down as well.
All right. So you slide down the ladder.
And full thing right now. I don't want to reload my hyper gun because it's an action. I don't want to use that action. Actually, I could give that to Katara. How many guys are left?
3 guys.
Guys.
Are they all surrounded D and Dumb?
Yeah, they're all around D and Dumb.
They got guns.
Yeah, they had guns, but at this point they're just resorting to their blades to try and slash at these 2 big guys that have assailed them.
Piercing and slashing. Okay, I'm gonna inject Neria with anesthetic.
Okay, so give yourself an anesthetic.
Neria? Damn it! Katara.
Oh.
Katara.
Wait. Oh.
I wish I could do one of the big guys.
Honestly, I don't know how long this is gonna last.
Oh yeah,
know
they
what
seem
else
to be
to do.
they seem to be wiping the floor with everyone out there.
Then I'll.
Or how long
I
does
don't
that
know what to do then.
anesthetic last?
Last some minutes, so it might not be worth using it now.
Oh yeah. That's definitely a pre-buff type of thing that's best used before going into encounter. But
Creatures. Actually, I will do. I think I'll do murder impairment.
I almost thought you said murder impairment for a second there. I was like, what was
Yeah, please use murder impairment on one of those.
it? Yeah.
I don't want to kill him.
Actually, how close am I to them?
Uh,
Now that I'm on the ground.
Well, it would have taken you basically 5 feet of movement to slide down the ladder. I'll say plus an extra 5 feet since you weren't as close to it as Katara. So it took you 10 feet to just get down to ground level. So with the rest of your movement, you could get like just around that corner where the rest of the gang, where Kevin and Miss Madigan are gathered, and you could have a clear line of sight on everything that's going on ahead.
How close would that put me to the...
Probably within 30 feet or so. Or just at the cusp of 30 feet.
Anything I can do? What about... no, that's 15 feet as well. That's 15 feet. That's 20 feet. It's still not gonna help. I have nothing that's...
We got the drop on these guys. These guys were pretty screwed.
I guess I'll just, defend.
Alright, so you're also staying put, taking the defend action. Next up is back to the Majini troops again, who are still going to be slashing at the big guys. 1 against Dumb. 2 against D.
Those all hit.
All
No,
of
the
them
10 does not hit.
Okay,
That's the one versus Dumb.
gotcha. So against D is 16 points of slashing damage as they're just like... That's going to be the end of their turn. Next up to Kevin.
Well,
Firing off that crossbow bolt.
actually, I'm going to, aim at one of the guys that are going after D.
Okay, so one of the 2.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack roll. Same as before.
Yep.
12 does hit, so...
Oh, goody.
So roll
Okay.
your full damage against him, and everyone within 5 feet of him needs to make a mobility save to see if they take the explosive damage. So that's gonna include D there. I think everybody else fails, so he's gonna take a little bit of explosive.
Let's see here.
Oh, wait a minute.
Would there be anything I would add to that attack?
Your mobility modifier.
Oh, right.
Or for the damage, you add your mobility modifier. For the attack, it was your +4.
Yep.
Which I think I increased the damage on the explosive bolt actually recently. Did you take that into account on your last attack?
No.
I think it's at...
Let's check.
I think it's at 3d6 explosive now.
Really? Okay then.
Explosive bolts. Oh, I don't know. It just says you craft explosive bolts on it.
Yeah, it doesn't say on there. It says on the item. If you pull up the item card on your journal, it should say. But yeah.
Well, my item says, like, for explosive bolts, it still says 2d6.
It does? Let me double check if I've updated it on the Roll20. Oh yeah, it does. I don't think I've updated on the Roll20 yet. So I'll have to change that at some
Extra
point.
damage.
But yeah. So that's 16 points of damage in total. 9 go to D and the other gentleman next to him.
He's getting hit real hard.
Sorry, D.
He's actually taking a lot of damage.
All right. So you fire that off and stick one of them and explode out into the others around him. Is that all Kevin's going to be doing? Still staying put by that corner?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Is that the end of your turn? You staying put by that corner?
Oh, yes.
All right. And now back to Miss Madigan.
Are they all still up?
Yeah.
She's gonna just like quickly just like maneuver one of her spiders out and just kind of like and one of the spiders who's been following her just will like crawl under all the cards and get in between all of them. I need to be within 30 feet. Do I have to move forward a little bit?
You would have to move forward a bit.
I'll move forward a bit to get within range, and when the spider gets between everybody, actually no, Tweedledum and Tweedledee are still 30 feet apart. Actually, so I'll just do this for Tweedledee. Hold on, what's the range on? I think this has a bit of a splash type thing. 10-foot radius. That's nowhere near. And it's going to like one of the spiders is going to go up there and just go like and blow up. But it'll when it blows up, it like emits this like cloud of gas, and I'm going to use sleeping gas.
Oh, sleeping gas. Okay. So go ahead and roll your dice for that. And then, who's going to be in the radius of this?
Tweedledum or Tweedledee and the two people who are on him.
Okay, gotcha.
That 10d8 sleep.
Mm-hmm. And if this number is greater than their current hit points, then they go unconscious.
47.
Which it is for both of them. So they both fall unconscious.
And then Tweedledum or Tweedledee will go and just stab into one on the ground.
All right.
We only need 2 alive.
Right. So go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage. As that gas sort of spurts out, the two people who are just in the middle of their vigorous stab and just go woozy for a second and just fall down. So that hits, which is a crit because they're unconscious.
And it's a lot of damage. It's like 20d.
Yeah, that's going to be 20d6. So that is, the minute if you rolled all ones, you would still die. So that guy
like,
is just
and just
lop off the head while he's on the ground.
And then Dumb will attack the guy by him.
All right. Actually, it hasn't been touched yet. But now he has.
How about now? Which one was these chains? I have a lot of 10s. D6. 39 points of damage.
All right, so you just he lops that guy's
damage.
head off as well.
Oh, jeez, man. This is like some Ganado versus Ganado violence right here. Is that everybody?
Actually, yeah. At this point, the only 2 remaining people are unconscious. Yeah. So, yeah. With that, the certain semblance of calm seems to come after this outburst of violence. As everything goes quiet for a second, you count heads and realize that you guys have seemingly won the battle for now.
She's gonna call her drone to her, and this is just gonna like. And can it go down a ladder?
It could drop down. Just
I'll drop down. It's like
and you can catch it.
drop it down. I'll have Tweedledee catch it.
Can't be bothered.
Okay,
So we've got 2 people who are unconscious. One's taking a nap, and the other one is currently sitting in a pile of his own piss.
So the first thing I want to do is I want to go grab that dude's phone.
All right. You grab the phone, and the call actually still seems to be active. So someone just heard a whole bunch of gunfire and explosions from the mud, as well as a bunch of rain falling down on it. But you do hear just like a voice just coming out from him, just like, "Hello? Hello?"
It just answers. Oh, hello. I think situation's under control. Don't worry about it.
Ah, and who might this be?
I might ask the same question.
Ah, yes, of course, we haven't quite had the chance to speak in person yet. Assuming you are one of my contractors.
What? I should ask, what was this about?
Oh, it's a simple business, really. I went ahead and hired you here because you needed to be here to be killed. You've been quite the thorn in my master's side.
Ah, so that's what this was. So, how much he paying you?
Oh, it's not for money that I am working with the Manifold. As you may have imagined, if you were to look into MSN Industries, you would find we're quite well-to-do. It's a very legitimate enterprise and a very large business. But I am quite under the sway of my master's control in this whole matter, and so I do his bidding. And with quite enthusiasm, I may add.
I can tell. So, the hit, the contract failed, obviously, as none of whoever else got sent out here is the one talking to you right now. So, what do you plan to do?
Oh, I'm
What's your next
afraid
move?
this is far from over. The preliminary wave may have failed, but you are exactly where you need to be. Of course, we didn't entirely hope that that small hit squad would be able to take out the likes of Dr. Oswald and Nuria and whoever else they may have gotten to tag along if we would be so fortunate.
I feel like chopped liver.
So,
We only need you to be there. Now that you are here, now the real fun can begin.
interesting. When can we expect the next wave then?
And there's a brief pause before it almost seems like he's like legitimately like looking upon something to see if he could know.
He's getting it ready right now.
Or like glancing at a watch or something to that effect. Which, Nuria, with your passive perception in this brief pause, you do actually notice something peculiar. You see above you a streak of white light soaring across the cloudy skies above. And it's so distant that it hardly looks to be moving at all. But the nearer it draws, the faster it soars. And you hear over the phone, Katara, "Oh, it should be upon you. Any second now."
Ooh.
Get down!
Until, at last, the streak flies over the district in which you stand, and it speeds deep into the inner city before detonating above the nearest skyscraper. But the explosion doesn't produce quite the flaming inferno that you expect. Instead, it sends a shockwave of dark red smoke rippling outward throughout the atmosphere above all of Metro Manila. I need each and every one of you to roll percentile
Oh, no.
dice.
Percentile.
Hold up.
Percentile.
Okay, that's not a saving throw, Raph.
That's not a saving throw.
So how do I do this?
D100.
D100.
Yeah.
Is Neria about to become
Right? Like,
not Neria?
I'm ready for whatever this is gonna do.
I'm not.
I got the lowest.
I got the highest. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I know.
Okay,
turns
good rolls.
out
Good.
this is like.
High rolls, high rolls. Let's see.
Turns out this is like the divine intervention. You need to roll your level or below.
92, 83, 59, 95.
95.
Okay. So,
Please tell me Kevin becomes infected.
No.
as the cloud
Oh.
sweeps over this entire area, the mist sort of
Hold up.
envelops all of you. Oh, your two guys need to make percentile rolls as well.
made. Yeah.
Yeah, they're creatures.
Oh, 50 and a 16.
Not the
So,
lowest anymore.
First one's is Tweedledee. The second one's Tweedledum. Poor Tweedledum. He had the highest health left after that.
the cloud sweeps over
Alright.
the entire area and envelops all of you for a brief second. Even amidst the storm, it almost pushes back like a strong wind, sending the water and rain falling down around. And before you even have a chance to react, you're all breathing in this air, which this smoke kind of suffuses around you, and everything is thick for a moment. And all of you just like, just like it gets in your lungs, and you begin coughing. It's almost a repulsive feeling at first. But for the most of you, everything seems kind of normal for a moment after that. You cough it out like it's smoke, but after that it's just sort of ordinary. But Tweedledum and Tweedledee need to make con saves.
The freaking Tweedledum.
Oh, no.
I
just
really
made
hope.
it.
I really hope they don't like just die or do something even worse.
Turn on us. Oh no.
Honestly,
chainsaws.
that would be the worst thing. They're both at pretty high health, and they are chainsaw ganados.
Yeah.
Con saves?
Con
Okay.
save.
I will
Here we
like.
go.
I'm just gonna
Buckle
I'm
up,
gonna-
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna roll with advantage, but it's for.
Oh,
both
I
of
see.
them.
You're just
first
rolling
one's dumb.
2d20.
First one's second one's D.
I see.
I'm gonna like. Shelf them.
18 and 13, so that's 21 and
Well,
16.
Yeah, 21 and 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So as the smoke sort of suffuses this area and they breathe it and they're coughing, you see dark veins crawl up them as they seem to be taking the full brunt of this. Well, not the full brunt because they're pretty tough cookies. They're gonna take half of this.
Oh yeah.
So they take 15
Okay.
points of necrotic damage. The both of
15
them.
points of what kind of necrotic damage? It doesn't matter. You can't. Yeah.
Not what they're immune to. If that's what you're asking. Yeah.
I would know because
Yeah.
that's
So-
very specific. 15.
15 points of necrotic damage.
D is almost down to half.
Ooh.
Oh.
And after
Should
that,
Mr. D was here.
you all just like shake it off, and surprisingly
You
don't.
would have died.
Nothing really takes a hold of you. But you see the two guards just like coughing and just like fallen, and just they look to be being pretty hurt by this. But they manage to just steel themselves with their resolve and push through the pain. But as you guys like cough it out, and as you begin to normalize a bit, even so, you stumble a little, and then just like feel just sort of lethargic, and feel the need to kind of lean against something. And you hit against one of these vans and sort of lean and sort of fall down as each of you, one by one, goes unconscious. And that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Oh boy.
All right.
Man, you guys. Though all the necrotic damage for everyone was for everyone who rolls below or 50 or below. So the two dumbs just didn't quite
Took
make
it
the
for
cut.
us.
But yeah, you guys all managed to
And
roll
we
pretty
get
well.
kidnapped.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say anything about that because I feel like everybody in the city probably, if
Still getting
anybody survived
kidnapped.
it,
We're still getting kidnapped.
anybody who survived that and starved it off is just on the ground, passed out now.
Yeah.
Question: in case we do get kidnapped, I did put my backpack back on before that happened, right?
Yes. Yeah, your pack got to crawl back on you. So, we'll be back next week, continuing this little excursion in Manila, the thriller in Manila, if you will.
Oh no.
I can't wait.
Also, is that the Rachel in the chat? I think that was an
might be.
old viewer from way back in the day of the way early days of the channel. If you're still there, I don't know why I don't have timestamps on my chat right now, so I can't tell how long ago that was. But yeah,
10 minutes ago.
Welcome back. So we'll be continuing the story from this point next week on this little excursion, and we'll see what the fate of everyone is when we wake back up. But till next time, we'll see you guys later. Peace. Squared. Have a good night. God bless.
Good night, sweet dreams, all the good things.